That's right. No better example of the social distancing effect happening in New York than right here in Times Square. Don't take the word from me down on the ground. We want to show you the tower shot. Take a look at what is happening in Times Square right now. Not the usual crowds we usually see as people take precautions because of the coronavirus. The coronavirus is already taking toll, now taking lives in New York State. First, an 82-year-old woman with emphysema who had been hospitalized in the city since last week. And then a 64-year-old Rockland County man who had a number of pre-existing health conditions.
The more tests we take, the more that number will go up. Nobody believes there's only 500 cases of coronavirus in New York today. We believe there are thousands of people who have coronavirus.
Among the cases yet to be confirmed, that of a New York City school safety agent. 3 senior city officials tell News 4 the woman tested positive Saturday afternoon and believes she contracted the virus from her husband, who's a taxi driver. Officials from her union say she hasn't been in the Queens Elementary School since March 4th. Schools remain a bone of contention between the mayor and teachers, some even planning a citywide sick-out on Monday if classes aren't canceled by then.
But to say that they should just come to school every day and not make a contingency for them is basically abandoning them in this situation. And I think something has to be done.
Mayor de Blasio remaining defiant that closing schools would create a bigger problem.
We're going to make decisions based on the facts and based on all of the factors. And again, I refuse to belittle the impact this would have on our healthcare system.
IS-27 on Staten Island closed for cleaning after a student there tested positive, but he wasn't in school while symptomatic. And in Brooklyn, more than 30 members of an FDNY firehouse are under quarantine after a captain contracted the virus. He's now in self-isolation. The city itself feeling different tonight. Theaters shuttered, businesses closing, and a quieter crossroads of the world. And we are told tonight that City Council will be changing their policies. Democracy leaving the building at City Hall, with the City Council offices there being vacated because of the coronavirus, as well as across the street at 250 Broadway. No hearings, no public meetings. We're in Times Square tonight. I'm Miles Miller, News 4 New York.
Miles, thank you. The Catholic Church taking new steps to stop the spread as well. The Archdiocese of New York said today it's canceling Mass, and that affects services in New York City as well as Westchester, Putnam, Orange, Rockland, Sullivan, Ulster, and Dutchess counties. A private Mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral will be live streamed on the church's website and on the Catholic Faith Network.
And tonight we have new numbers from Westchester County. There are now 178 confirmed cases. That's 20 more than we last reported at 6 p.m. 2 of those, U.S. postal workers from White Plains. And the county executive now planning to issue a state of emergency on Monday. He says they're encouraged by that opening of the state's first mobile testing facility, that one in New Rochelle. And another drive-through testing site like this one in Westchester County could open on Long Island. Governor Cuomo said today the state is exploring setting up a testing site at Jones Beach. The area is a large area. It has a lot of available parking lots. Up to 200 people a day are being tested at that drive-through site we showed you in New Rochelle. But you do have to make an appointment first.
Movie theaters are the latest venues to start closing or cutting capacity due to the pandemic. The Alamo Drafthouse chain has abruptly closed its theaters in Brooklyn and Yonkers. The chain said all tickets will be automatically refunded. And Regal and AMC both announced plans to cut seating capacity by 50% as both make moves to encourage social distancing.